there again, my fascinating friends. Welcome to episode 61. I can't believe it. We are already on episode 61. Okay, and we still the month of February, and we're still talking about birthdays, isn't it? In the last episode, we talked about, how kids look forward to their birthdays, and as we go along, at 30s, we start dreading our birthdays because we are not getting any younger, and when we reach 40 there is the midlife hill that we have to climb, and then we become golden ladies and golden men, and now we're 60 and beyond, and do we still think of birthdays, or we would rather not think about it? In the last episode, I reviewed the idea of reframing, looking at birthdays with a different set of eyes, instead of getting older, we talked about getting young, not really younger, maybe younger at heart, yeah, but it's getting wiser and getting stronger and getting more valuable, more precious, because we have stood the test of time. We have gotten lots and lots and lots of valuable experiences that we can share, in the form of what? In the form of advice, okay, and we have been through a lot of trials, and we're still standing, and for this episode, I would like to share with you an idea, okay, an idea, and I would like you to comment, tell me what you think, of birthdays. I miss asking you that in the last episode. I would really like to engage with you. Let's engage with each other, okay? You tell me if you feel the same way as I do. You tell me if you have a wonderful idea about how to celebrate birthdays uniquely, okay? And let's just exchange ideas, okay? Let's just converse. Let's do a conversation. And I promise to read every comment that you have there, whether you agree with me or not. Really, at our age, we look at everything, whether you agree with me or not. We look at everything as a learning experience. So, can I encourage you very strongly to comment, to give me your ideas on the comment section below, and let's engage, okay? All right. So, in the corporate world, you know already that I'm a consultant, I'm a trainer. In the corporate world, I do I do a session or a workshop every last quarter of the year or first quarter of the next year, and we call this strategic planning workshop. Right? Strategic planning workshop. What do I do there? Well, we gather all members of the top management, from president, to every department manager, and we review the business, and then we now ask ourselves, where do we want to bring our company in the next 5 years? All right. So where do we want this company to be in the next 5 years? So it is both long term and short term, strategy planning. All right. When I say long term, because it's 5 years, that is a destination. And I said short term because every year we break it down. So this year, okay, the second year, the third, the fourth, until the fifth year, that is the journey. And that is really more specific because we're talking about steps here. Okay. So that's what a strat plan workshop is all about, short for strategic planning workshop. All right, and whatever results from there, we cascade it down to every employee, so they know what they're supposed to do this year, next year, third year, until we reach destination. So, what is my bold experiment that I would like you to do it with me? Why don't I use this technique yeah, to plan our personal life. Okay, strategic planning. The technique that we are using in the corporate world is what we call scenario planning. Scenario. So we think of all possible scenarios. I suppose uh, I have a client, which is a client which is a multinational company with headquarters in the U.S. Can you imagine in the U.S.? And so part of our strategic planning session is now that Donald Trump has been sworn as president, how does that affect our operations in head office, which is in the US, and all the branches all over the world? How does his deportation of illegal immigrants affect our office? They say our office in Colombia, our office in Mexico, our office in Singapore. Maybe not so much Singapore, but things like that. So the scenario planning. So they come up with several scenarios. Yeah, and then they try and project. Okay, if this happens, this is what we're gonna do. Okay, let's do scenario planning in our own personal life. Okay? Okay? So that's our experiment. Okay? And then you tell me if it works. Okay? You tell me now. Now, the starting point for this experiment is this statement. Okay, in this statement. Okay, let me read. Who, because it's personal, okay? Who will you be 5 years from now? Okay? I guess that's the first question you would like have to ask yourself. Now, who do you want to be 5 years from now? And let me advance to you, okay, 7 pillars to consider in your scenario planning. Okay? Because it is very true, who you will become, who you will be 5 years from now depends upon these seven building blocks. Okay? First, depends upon the books you read. Again, that's first. It will depend on the food you eat. Food you eat. It will depend on the habits you build. Okay? Remember, destination journey. How do you get there? So these are seven pillars. It will depend upon the books you read, the food you eat, very nice though, the habits you build, the people you hang out with, okay, your constant companions, the physical activity you do, okay, the six is the money you invest, and the last, the sacrifices you make. We will list it either on the left or the right side of the screen. We will list all of these, okay? So let's dissect and strategize. First step, as I've said, is define what kind of person you want to become in 5 years. This is really your identity. I suggest you start with I am. Okay, and then fill in the blanks. Like, okay, I am, not I want to be, but you establish your identity now so that you get there. So I am a successful entrepreneur with my own, bakery, or I want to be an intellectual, who knows a lot of things. I want to be sorry, I am an intellectual. I am a consultant. I am a fashion designer, whatever. Okay? So you start with that. That's first step. Now, what do we do? Second step. That first step alone will take you time to think. What do you really like? Okay, I am a success. I am a successful parent. I'm a successful parent. Okay. Now step two. Then that's when you then make a plan. I call it the roadmap or the game plan. You will now have to chop this into bits of action. It has to be action. Example. Okay, the books you read. If you say I am a successful entrepreneur, okay, and leader in my community, what are the books you must read? You have to curate. You cannot read every book that you find there. You don't have time. So you have to curate. Curate means select which books can help you, okay, can help you become the successful entrepreneur you want to be, right? So, and then you also have to define, like how long do you want to, to read every day. In short, you have to make it bite size. You cannot read, 30 books in 1 month, yeah, unless you're Elon Musk. You know what? He reads 2 books a day. That's what his biographer said. I mean, I can't do that. 2 books a day. All right. I can only read 1 book a week. So I finish 52 books a year because there are only 52 weeks a year. I'm not Elon Musk, okay? So that's not doable for me. Okay? Yeah, there. And then what food, what exercise you're gonna do. You just have to do this. You just have to do this. Okay, that's a game plan, a roadmap. The third will be, okay, break it down. What should you be doing every day? So keyword, small actions, just small. Like read 15 minutes a day. Okay, that's doable, but make it consistent. Okay, okay. Not drink soda, for 1 week or 2 weeks, until you get it out of your system, because part of your identity is, I am, a healthy. I am a healthy businessman and things like that. Okay, and the last one, the fourth one is review. Let's just review. Is it doable? Recalibrate. If it's not working, change it and refine. So that's your scenario. And every year, I suggest every month, every year, you do the refinement, and see if you are really going nearer or farther, from your identity. Okay? So that's scenario planning, guys. So I'll be really looking forward to looking at your insights in the comment section. And one of these days, I will give you my email, because some people prefer to email. Okay? Now I have to decide whether to use my regular email or have a different email for you guys, because my my regular email is already full pack. Okay? But then again, in the next episode, we will continue, okay, to talk more deeply, okay, about the importance of knowing what we want and looking at birthdays in a very, very positive note. Okay? Until then, okay, this is Malu Cervantes, your fellow sojourner, your life coach, your mentor in this journey in the autumn of our life. Goodbye.